How will I ever get it back? How will I ever get it back? I cannot live without my loot. Yes, that trickster, Arkishan, fooled me into playing her riddle game for a chance at winning some gold. When I failed to answer her riddles correctly and had no coin to give her, she took my loot as payment. Please talk to Arkishan. I begged her to return my loot so I might earn the coin to pay her, but she refused to give it back. She suggested another game of riddles, but I have nothing left to gamble. She should be just up the road by the hatching pools, waiting for another mark. She's crafty. Don't let her trick you into large bets. It was crafted by my grandfather. Over the years, its sweet sound has brought joy to the hearts of sullen audiences and tears to the most stoic warriors. I've yet to find its equal. I sought a shortcut to buying a home in Stormhold. I thought myself a match for that scaly trickster, but my mind blanked when confronted by her riddles. I should have stuck to musical competitions.
Stretch your tail here in peace. What brings you to the hatching pools? I do not return items lost on a bet. Did he tell you he lost it gambling? Perhaps you're a gambler as well. Would you like to win it back? But that wouldn't be any fun. No fun at all. Come now, play a game of riddles with old Arkishan. If you answer correctly, I will give you the loot. An intriguing proposal. It has been long since anyone challenged me. Yes, I will hear your riddle. If I cannot answer it, the loot is yours. I have never heard the like. May I have another clue? Is it love? Ah, I am honored you chose to share your riddle with me. Here, you may have the loot. I hope you share your wisdom with Iraninen so that he never again gambles away such a fine instrument.
Did you get my loot from Arkishan? By the three, you did it! You saved my life and returned my livelihood! I don't have much, but what little I have is yours. I'll earn it back, and more, when they hear me play in Stormhold. Never again. I sought a shortcut to riches and nearly lost everything. A fool and his looter soon parted, my father used to say. Had I listened to him, I would have avoided this folly. You have my never-ending thanks. If I should meet a singer in my travels, I'll commission a song in your honor. Luck to your house, my friend. I think I'll practice on locals before heading to Stormhold. First impressions are everything, as my father used to say.
Keeper Omnise was a kind woman. She tended eggs, you understand? She was a midwife to Argonian hatchlings. And they butchered her. The Dominion cut her down and left her to rot. I take no pleasure in being right. The Dominion must have learned Vice Canon Rondar's knowledge of the hatching pools. It is imperative we learn the Nemekek's true role in the Dominion's plans. They bring nothing to this land but abomination. If you haven't seen it yourself, Dominion forces are all over the hatching pools. They kill anyone who tries to leave. The only good news is they've left the eggs unharmed. We could use your help in learning why. I'd like you to cut down every Dominion soldier you see, but a quieter approach is more prudent. Either way, find Keeper Uzith A. He'll know how to buy time until I arrive with reinforcements. Ukatse found ceremonial garb in the chest behind me. He made it past Dominion guards, but one of their tigers sniffed him out. His wounds weren't too severe. You could use the garb to seek out Keeper Uzith A. Just keep an eye out for tigers. Report the extent of this attack to Vice Canon Hatamine. I expect to return with reinforcements quite soon. We'll drive the Dominion from the hatching pools. If you see opportunities to aid the Keepers, I urge you to do so.
If you're another Dominion retainer come to mock our hatching ritual, we won't stop you. Not that we have a choice. The Dominion tells us nothing. Those who left, they killed. Those who stayed, they let live. We don't know why. We continue to prepare for the hatching. They haven't stopped us from that yet. As we speak, the eggs grow moist. Before we begin the hatching, I wish to know the Dominion's intentions. But endangering yourself on our behalf isn't something I can ask. Then go. Light the braziers and the Zanmirs of first light and setting sun. As you walk amongst the Dominion, listen with care. We must know if they mean us harm. And look for Assistant Talixith. If she still lives, inform her I'll need her assistance.
They're almost like the spinners from back home. Couldn't we spare them, sir?
What part of no survivors don't you understand, Private? These savages are the enemy. Once they complete the ritual, they die like the
sir.
rest. If you're so keen to argue, talk to the alchemist. It's his order.
come to stop the Dominion soldier who devours my kin? Keeper Uzathay can go count his scales. A Dominion dryskin cooked and ate one of our unhatched eggs. Though I'm sworn to the shell, I will not allow him to harm another. Make the egg he consumed his final meal. Spill his blood upon the ground where it may feed the roots of future generations. Show we fight to protect our young. He must pay for his crimes.
I'll eat her young. Lizard put you up to this? I'll eat her young.
Covered in so much filth. They're starting to grow together. Here, I'll show you.
The Kaguti walk amongst the Gwar, but do not hunt unless the Gwar strays from the road. Then wooden wasps would fly, bringing the Gwar down to the mud. The Kaguti gore the hist to drink its sap. In the hamlet, a tree dies screaming. In the mire, a tree goes mad. The Gwar watch the Kaguti, but do not understand. A weapon once gifted to the wasp children. Bound in blood, it slips through the hist's dreams. Tree blood burns, and Tree dies a lonely death removed from its sisters. The Gwar thanks the mighty Wamasu for its mercy. The Kaguti thought themselves clever to coat their tusks with poison, but the tree knows all. Its roots will soon feed on the Kaguti who burned its blood. The Kaguti think the Gwar won't bite off the tusk that strikes it. Now the Kaguti are brought down to the mud. The Gwar seeks reeds to fill its belly. A gully in which to wallow. These are what the Gwar needs. Leave conquest for the Kaguti.
Hope seems a foolish fancy.
The braziers burn atop the Zanmir's pinnacles. Tell me, what have you learned of the Dominion's plans? There must be more to it than massacre. What can they achieve by waiting before slaughter? They could kill us now and have done with this place. Something sinister is at work, but we have no time. The hatching will soon begin. Then there is hope. As the hatching approaches, the Dominion will likely observe the ritual. Would you stand with us, despite the danger? Then we should begin. The time of hatching has come. We gather by the boughs of the Hist. What have they? No, this cannot be. Remember, what have they done?
Ahate! No!
The Dominion. They'll doom us all. The Hist. Our link is gone. I cannot feel the Hist. This must be why the Dominion waited. To see if the hatching would fail. Without the Hist, the eggs can't hatch. Now there is only void. I feel it, forming around the tree. You saw what it did to Ahate. The same will happen to our unhatched eggs. I'll offer myself to Sithis in exchange for holding back the void. It must be done. Save the unhatched eggs. Keep the eggs from the void. Protect our future. Sithis, I implore you. Shield our unhatched eggs from the void. Sithis, exchange my life for the void.
We must save the eggs. A mist. It's killing the eggs. The Dominion. They're coming.
There's no time. Run. I can't hold back the void for much longer. Return to the void. Return. Return.
He's gone. He died for the eggs. Did it work? Are they safe? Some, you say? They murdered our hatchlings, our children. Why? But you saved some. That is... it's a good thing. It must be a good thing. We must restore our link to the Hist. Without it, the hatching pools will never see our young rise from its cool waters. The Dominion can only cause such a thing with a powerful artifact. Then the danger is graver than I thought. The Namek egg bears the memories of the Hist. Severing our link is the least they could do with it. Come, we must leave this place.
Oh, Mendrez,
What happened?
Thank the Hist.
What happened? If Assistant Talixis is with you, where are the others? Then we're too late. Thank Vivek, some good news. We'll bring the eggs to Hismir where they'll be safe. You handle yourself admirably against such odds. The Dominion would have killed half a generation of Argonians without your help. What of the Namek egg? Have you learned what the Dominion wants with it? Then we know why Ruvatar needed a place of power. Should the Dominion bring the Namek egg to their homeland, they prevent every Argonian hatching ritual from afar. I think I know. When our scouts found signs of Dominion soldiers to the west, Vice Canon Hatamine led a contingent of soldiers to an Aliad ruin called Loriasan. Hurry there and tell her what you know. If you'll excuse me, I have vermin to clear from the hatching pools.
You're very lucky. Rhea risked her life by dragging you out of that poison gas. Most Imperials aren't so partial to members of the Pact, but she's naive. Cleaning up a mess. I bear no responsibility for it, mind you. If Rhea and her diplomat father hadn't created such an uproar about poison-harming backwoods swamp dwellers, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Due to a clerical error, the Empire sent poison downriver in a trash shipment. Certain people feel we are responsible. Sloshing about in the muck is beneath me. But you don't seem to mind. How about it? Solid Imperial coin for cleaning up this mess? Rhea needs the husk of a giant wasp for some sort of container. I'm sure she'll be happy to tell you all about it. Just bring the husk back to our camp so we can get on with this.
Marius cares only for himself. When I was dragging you out of that poison, he did nothing. In fact, he mocked me. That poison wouldn't be here if not for Imperial incompetence. I'm here to make sure it can't harm any more people in this swamp. Imperial cities have thrown their trash into the rivers for years. The water takes it away from them, so what do they care? Well, I'm tired of us treating everywhere else like garbage. That's how this poison found its way to Shadowfen. I shouldn't tell you this, but I don't care about rank. The gas is an experimental weapon deemed too dangerous for use on the battlefield. It was supposed to be locked away in the catacombs of the Imperial City, but that obviously didn't happen. I've created an enchantment that will allow us to capture the gas. However, I need special containers to use the enchantment on. That's where the wasp husk comes in.
Well, that took you long enough. Did you get stuck in the mud?
Don't mind Marius. He was ordered here to look after the interests of the Empire. But really, all he cares for is his own advancement. Excellent. Just give me a moment and... done. I've enchanted this container to draw poison within it. Place it in the path of the roaming poison. Once the container collects the poison, you can safely recover it. We need to hurry. I hope no one else has been hurt. Oh? I assumed you were part of the cleanup. What's Marius planning? I don't know you well enough to ask a favor, but I implore you to listen. I fear what Marius plans for the poison. Once you've collected the poison, bring it to me. It's Marius. He wants to speak with you. Please, tell him nothing of what I said.
You have a container. Good. Are you ready for what's next? Rhea and I will take care of the poison in this region. You handle everything past Hismir. Once you've collected the poison, bring it to me at the disposal site near Zook. Rhea would rather do what's right than what's necessary. I'm a soldier. I don't have that luxury. Look, I'm willing to pay handsomely for your help. If you decide you don't want the money, be on your way. Let's move out!
Not there. Rajin Shadow! Zara thought you another monster, coming up to... Do not surprise Zara again. Zara asks you that question. Skulking about, sneaking out. Announce yourself next time. Zara might have clawed you to shreds. What would you do then? Jagos, I thought you were one of them. This place crawls with Fenlord servants. Left behind when they created the Crown of Ascension. Zara came here looking for it, but did not expect so much resistance. You will help, yes? Zara will make it worth your while. Step lightly. Fenlords do not keep lazy servants. They could be on us in a flick of a tail. Some say it is a tomb, where the Fenlords encased themselves in ice to wait out the long ages. Others suggest a jewel-encrusted crown that reveals all places and possibilities at once. Alien necromancer kings who once ruled Black Marsh. When their slaves rose against them, the Fenlords had them executed and revived as undead. Preserved against the ages, they toil even now, protecting the tombs of their long-dead masters. Unknown, some say they created the Crown of Ascension and left none forever. Others claim they were overwhelmed by Alicia's rebellion. What matters to Zara is finding the Crown of Ascension, obtaining it, and getting out of here alive. A fine goal, no? Does it matter? It is old and very well guarded. If we gain it, we will be renowned. If it is powerful, we become powerful. Whatever happens, our names will be sung throughout the ages. Is this not a worthy goal? If it is big, leave it, and sell the location to any who would have it. If it is small, take it, and find the highest bidder. If it is powerful, well, some things are best kept to oneself, yes. As companion to famous Zara, a share in my fame, of course. But you mean compensation, yes? Zara has a cache reserved for this very thing. Do not worry, you will be paid well. Do you feel that? Like ice running down Zara's back. Care is needed. Wrongness surrounds us. Step softly. There! Zara was worried for a moment, but we've done it. The crown of ascension is ours. Travel to Alten Coromant to have it appraised. Surely Zara has dealt with Captain One-Eye in the past. She is wily, but Zara is her match. Here is compensation for your efforts. Rest assured, you will be remembered when Zara tells the tale.
Marius has grown very impatient. I'm almost certain he'll use the poison for personal gain. It can't fall into his hands.
Do you have the poison gas? Quickly now, give it to me.
Marius has grown. I'll get it as far away from Marius as possible. You've saved numerous lives today. Marius, I'm onto your treachery. You won't get this poison. Thank you for entrusting the poison to me. I'll dispose of it safely.
If you set foot in Cyrodiil again, you're dead. Do you hear me, Rhea? Dead! What are you looking at? When Rhea's spell fades, she'll pay for this outrage.
I ask you, Scale Scholar, what is the hist?
You made it! I wasn't sure if you would. I haven't had a drink in days, but if you've got the ingredients I need, it's time to celebrate. Give me the meat, quietly. Vinaza is here and he's suspicious. But if he doesn't see you pass me the ingredients, he'll have to admit I won the bet. Help? You saved me from a fate worse than death! What that Argonian had planned, well, you'll see. The claw's on the other foot now. Please, take this reward. It's not much, but you've earned it tenfold. All right, you lizard. Here's the meat I collected. Pay up.
Anwei is a hunter of great skill. She always gets her quarry, and she always will. Oh, the humilitude.
What separates us one from the other?
Scale, skin, blood, and bone. We are one in the hist, of course.
No,
What?
nothing separates
The
us.
pain's gone.
The hist is then, now, and forever.
I feel strong again. Fully healed. Where's my father? I must go to him. Dead? Then the guides told the truth. Thank you for my strength and my life. I'll visit Malak's fury upon our clan. They'll pay the blood price for abandoning my father and me. When I leave this place, I will need all my strength. I thank you for my life. Return to my clan's stronghold. depose Glurig, and exact the blood price for my father's death. If they'd marched with him, he'd still be alive. My people would still have a worthy chief. Glurig told them a woman was not worth the effort, no matter her strength. According to my sister, Glurig seized power when we left. She sent word he'd even taken my father's wives for his own. Coward. He dared only with my father gone. Mazgash, daughter of Gordag, whose blood is Moloch's by honor and strength. Through our shared blood, his strength is mine. An assassin attacked my father. I snapped his neck, but he grazed me with a poisoned dagger. My father and I came alone to find a cure after the clan refused to march together. Gordag, chief of the greatest Orkhold in Skyrim. Dead now, but with honor. Now Glurig rules the clan. A coward sitting in my father's seat. I plan to. Code be damned, I am stronger than that coward. I'll see him pay the blood price or die while cutting his throat. If no one else in the hold will challenge him, I must.
Another question. The river's current carries away an egg brother. What do you feel?
I feel nothing. My egg brother would be one with the Hist, returned and whole.
Those we meet on the river nourish us, just as the Hist does. Enjoy their presence, mourn their loss, and rejoice in the Hist. The Hist will abandon us if a Dominion soldier communes with it.
Vice Canon Haytamine asked us to watch the southerly approach. The Dominion seemed determined to get to Loriacel, no matter the cost. The Vice Canon took it upon herself to find out why. Vice Canon Haytamine's contingent left to investigate the Dominion presence in Loriacel. A short time ago, Lamia boiled out of the ruins. How can I assist the hero of Tenmar Walk? Then you must inform Vice Canon Haytamine immediately. She left for the ruins above to scout the aftermath of a battle between Dominion and Lamias. Go quickly and quietly.
The Dominion stirred up the Lamias nesting within Loria's cell. Keep your voice low. I understand they're quite sensitive to sound. You were the one ray of sunlight to shine upon Tenmore Walk. Come brighten my day. I'd smile wider than a slaughterfish at your success, but I suspect Ruvitar's plans involve using the Nemic egg for an unspeakable horror. Go on, then. Speak it. That's all? Then we must stop him, and quickly. Search the remains of this camp for any indication of Ruvitar's whereabouts. I'll rally the soldiers and prepare to assault the ruins. Be swift. More Lamias could boil from the ruins at any moment.
Over here. Have you seen Vice Cannon Hadamine? Our scouts spotted the Dominion's main force. The Dominion retreated into the ruins after the Lamias tore them apart. If we strike while they're bloody, we can pay them back for Tenmar Walk. Then we must learn where the crocodile rests its head, so we can crush it in one blow. I shouldn't ask, but after Tenmar Walk, I must. If we knew Ruvitar's movements, we could end this abruptly. Would you do us the honor of finding the crocodile's lair?
Begs you, release her before hungry snake ladies return. No, they've left Kazdi to die. Curse brute Vitar. Brute Vitar sealed us out. Kazdi's fellows all dead, killed by dirty snake ladies. No doubt this Pect soldier kills poor Kazdi now. This swamp, I hate it! Endless woe! Poor Kazdi. Questions? Not blades? Yes. Merciful Pect soldier takes pity on Kazdi. Ruvitar took his big glowing egg behind that door and sealed it up. He's like a spider wearing a sash. Treat with respect, salute often. But Kazdi knows, still a spider. No, a high elf. But he does awful things to swamp lizards through their special trees. Poisons them like a spider's bite, see? Ruvitar uses his big, glowing egg to destroy swamp lizards. Behind a door, like a clawless coward.
That is all Kazdi knows. Open sealed door, squash Ruvitar flat, wash foot. Kazdi can help open the seal. Ruvitar bragged of defenses so often, Kazdi knows them like her own whiskers. Simple. Kazdi wishes to stop the clawless high elf who kills swamp lizard babies and leaves Dominion soldiers to die. And see elsewhere again, maybe. If Kazdi shows you how to remove seal on door, you splatter Ruvitar. Deal? Lead on, friend of Kazdi. Ruvitar drew power from 3 Aliad crystals to seal the door. If you activate the crystals, they take back their power from the door. Then you open the door and wallop Ruvitar. Simple, yes? The first one is near the sealed door. The others are in the same room, but held up high in claws. Fear not, merciful friend. Passages lead to the claws through hordes of angry dead and countless snake ladies. But Kazdi keeps light on her feet.
My blade shattered. What bears a knight with missing means? Only despair. Theft unparalleled. Honor demands satisfaction. In the name of my liege. Slave in such finery. Purloined, no doubt. Grovel suitably for your crimes, and I may behead you apace. What madness! I, bereft of weapons and arms, and a slave, dare speak? Are you a dream spirit sent by the Enchanter to test my resolve? Very well, foul wind. We away to my liege. I'll waver not from duty, despite the Enchanter's ploy.
You bear the implements of my thralls, yet skin and sinew drape your bones. You're more than a wandering collection of ritual components. But what precisely?
What treachery! The Enchanter claims my liege lord's chambers. How could this... By Meridia's light, I recollect it. The Enchanter decreed us slay our liege lord. We gave chase, our blades flickering like fading Vala stones, and... Though the Enchanter overthrew my liege lord with trickery, my oath binds me true. I must obey him as my new liege lord. You awaken a truth long since dead. Leave me to my misery, slave. I swore a sacred pact to bulwark my liege lord from every menace. Yet the Enchanter twisted our oath. When he commanded, a profane compulsion forced us against our liege lord. I wept freely as I struck her down. I don't profess to know the Enchanter's ways, but my oath compels me to protect the phylactery above all. Of this, I doubt not. Then why do the Enchanter and the phylactery seem one and the same to me? I cannot serve two masters. It goes against my oath. Were you not beneath my station, I'd embrace you, slave. You've revealed the falsity underpinning my oath.
How dare you stand in my presence? Show deference to your new liege lord.
I deny your claim upon me. Begone, foul trickster! I sense the Enchanter banished, but only for a trice. He shall return to mete out weighty punishment. I cannot destroy the phylactery, but I beseech you do so. End the source of the Enchanter's hold upon us. If Meridia favors me, Enchanter shall perish with the source of his power. Your thievery must be held account, but leniency is in order. Perhaps a finger of your choice? Slave, tell me true. Do I seem vigorous and lively? The world seems indistinct. And you are no slave, and I am no longer a knight. But I discharge my oath in spirit as in flesh. What knight can hope for such fortune? Meridia, guide your hand true upon the phylactery.
So much death. My students, my egg siblings, none survived the Dominion's experiments. Now the Lamias take their bodies for food. Please, help me recover their bodies so they can return to the Hist. Dominion soldiers brought us here for that alchemist's experiments. Rule Vitar, I heard them say. None of my students survived. And now, the Lamias took their corpses. A shadow scale freed me and offered to recover the bodies. Then work with Aquinas. She'd have the bodies already if the Lamia cave didn't stink of death. She's blind, you see, but still a shadow scale. Mark the bodies with this paste. She'll track the scent and sneak the bodies from the Lamia cave. Thank you for being...
He found another to help. Pray, sit this. Another body. Thanks for lending your sight. Mahi regains his spirits. Good work, outsider. I slipped Mahi past the Lamias. Go, speak to him.
The bodies of my egg siblings were desecrated by the Lamia Queen. Until they're whole, I cannot return them to the Hist. Aquinas brought the bodies to me, but they are mauled, broken apart. What was stolen must be returned, or their angry spirits will haunt Loriacel until the void takes us all. The Lamia Queen did this. I am sure of it. I saw her flaunting them as trophies. Slay her and bring what you find to me. Aquinas and I return to the antechamber with the bodies. I'll wait for you there.